Good morning.
Hi.
Oh, must be you're on silent.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I think I've got everything almost sorted, ready to go. Oh, look at the awesome people we've got visiting today. Oh.
Is that working?
Okay, we've had some technical difficulties this morning. We're trying to get the laptop projected up to the TV. So what my wife has just wonderfully done is connected the TV directly to Zoom through the internet. But now she's just managing the pin so that I can see the gallery of you guys rather than seeing myself on my big TV, which isn't as exciting as you might think. In any case, we can get started. Okay. Come in to quad and wrists. The challenge is now I've got two laptops in the way of the screen, and my wife can't see the buttons on the screen to try and change the setting. Usually it's up the top. Yeah, and change direction. Elbows. It's like it doesn't have the option on the Zoom, on the browser version. Change direction. Unless it's down in the bottom left corner under video, maybe. And arms back. And forwards. Better just check the oh yes, we've got more participants trying to come in, have we? Here we go. And finish shoulder width apart, hands in front of you, turning the torso. And left ankle. Change direction. Change foot. Change direction. And hands on knees. Be careful. Squat down. And stand up. And squat down. And stand up. And squat down. And stand up. Squat down. Stand up. Squat down. Stand up. Squat down. Stand up. Squat down. Stand up. And hands up, guide your brain. Circling your legs outwards. And inwards. Awesome. And hips. Change direction. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to bring my noodle out. I've been having fun with my noodle. A noodle warm up. Remember, if I swing for your head, you duck down. If I swing for your legs, you jump up and lift your feet up. Adults, be careful depending on your floor and your house. Young folk, you'll be fine. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, bouncing nice and lightly. And when I switch, you switch as well. Ready, duck. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to add here. If the noodle comes straight down, you go sideways and then come back. Or sideways and come back. Remember, when you step sideways, you open, close. See, my feet are going open, close. I'm not crossing my feet like this. Okay, so I go open, close, open, close. Okay, ready, ready, ready. One, two, and straight back. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. Now, as you know, if the noodle comes straight towards you this way, then you're going to block it with this hand as you step sideways, and then punch with the back hand. So, and then come back. Block and step, punch, come back. Okay. So, ready, ready, ready. Step to the side, punch, come back. That's it. Okay, good. One more we're going to add. If I step forward like this, I want to see your yop chagi with your front leg as fast as you can. Yop chagi and back down. Okay, ready, ready. Was that yop chagi? That's it, nice and fast. Got to be fast with it. Yeah, some of you are a bit slow with your yop chagi. Okay, a little faster now. And come on, awesome. Okay, grab yourselves your chair. Have you got your chair all handy? One hand on our chair, just nice and relaxed. Up to holiday. We'll just wait for some chairs for everybody. Give everyone a chance to get a chair. Almost there. Okay, just relax. Cool. Okay, one hand on the chair, other hand by your brain, and then just gently do 12 front rising kicks. So lift up. I'm going to breathe out. Okay, and then the other leg. Ready? Good. Okay. Now put both hands on the chair. Put 1 foot sideways. In fact, you can turn sideways to your chair. And then from here, Swing sideways and open your body out. Side rising kick. At the moment of your kick, you want your foot sticking sideways. 12 each leg. Okay. And the other leg. And then we're going to go straight to the back. So both feet facing towards my chair, and then bring my legs straight up behind me. Try to keep it straight. Looking over your shoulder. Good. Okay. Now with our taekwondo kicks, it's usually really important to get your knee and foot nice and high. So we're going to start just by putting one hand on our chair for balance and work on just lifting and tucking that knee. And you'll notice how important it is to turn the foot that's on the ground. Because if I've got my foot pointing towards you and I try and get my knee around this way, it has to come down. It doesn't really work very well. So if I put my foot towards the chair, now I can be in a good position for my yacht chagi. So what I want to do right now, put one hand on the chair, lift your knee up, grab your shin, pivot, and then just lift. Feel yourself, lift that leg. Lift, lift, lift. Just feel that position with your knee up, your foot up, pull back, ready to kick. That's it. Lift up. Okay, let's do the other leg. One hand on the chair, lift your other knee, grab your shin, pivot so it can turn sideways a bit, and then just lift. Feel that lifted position. Now, some of us adults in particular, not so flexible here. We might be down here. That's okay. We want to keep that knee and foot nice and high as we can get it. We want to work on lifting it up. See, I'm also trying to keep my body as upright as I can. I'm not leaning my body over too far. Try and keep your body up too. Okay, let's go back and do the other leg again. Just get that feeling. My bum's sticking out a little bit, but my body's trying to keep as upright as I can. And I'm lifting that knee. Lift the knee. Bring your knee up towards your chest. Try it with your knee towards your chest. That's it. Good. Come on, take it on, Mikhail. Let's get that knee up towards your chest rather than back here like this. Bring it up this way. Good, and relax to the other leg again. Lift it up. Knee towards your chest rather than back behind you like this. Bring it up towards your chest, knee and foot. So many of our kicks use this position. So you can get that feel of how it is when it's tucked up nice and tightly like that. And relax. Okay, just pop the chair out of the way for a moment. We might use that later. We'll see how we go. Now we're going to pop onto our hands and knees. Okay, and we're going to work on the yacht chagi position from our hands and knees with that knee up nice and high, just like we had it. bringing my knee up towards my shoulder and then stamping it out behind me. And then bring it back to my shoulder. So I feel that stamping motion. It's going straight back and then coming back to my shoulder. So my knee and foot are going in a straight line. I'm piercing them straight out like I was doing with the noodle before. Just piercing out. I'll do about 10 of those. I must have bony knees because today, for some reason, it's hurting my knee on this floor. Keep the knee nice and high when you bring it back. Try not to drop that knee down. If you've got a hard floor, a cushion under your knee can help. It's the way that I've done. Once you've done 10 of those, do the other leg. Don't go too fast, just like I was doing. Feel that stamping motion with your foot. It's stamping out and coming back. Nice stuff there. I'm not sure whether that's Tangaora or Mikere closest to me. Just lift your knee up a little bit higher. Try and get your knee up here. Not kicking from down here underneath you. Kick from the side this way. Cool. Okay, once you've done about 10 of those each leg on the ground, nice, Franz, really good. Bring that knee up towards your shoulder a bit more. Close to your shoulder and then back. Close to your shoulder and then back. That's it, Franz, yes. Good. Okay, now you've done it on the ground, get your chair back. And we're going to do the same thing in the air with one hand on the chair. So watch me for a moment first. I've got one hand on the chair. I'm going to point the foot that's closest to the chair. I'm going to point it at the chair. Then I'm going to bring my other knee up, just like we did on the ground, knee and foot, and just like we did when we were holding it before. And then I'm going to stamp it out behind me and bring it back. Now, when I do this, I want to try and keep my shoulder, my top shoulder, up towards the ceiling, not dropping it down to the floor. Okay, in and out, try and do 10 of those, just slowly like I was. In and out. Keep that shoulder up. That supporting foot, the foot that's on the floor, is pointing towards the chair, and I'm kicking away from the chair. Watch your foot angle. Make sure you're kicking with your foot sword. I'll show you that. So when I kick with the chagi, I want to pull my toes back towards me, push my heel out, and it's the top edge that I'm kicking with. That top edge is called my foot sword. It's that bottom third of my foot. So when I do my kick, my foot is pointing slightly downward. So my ankle position isn't the same as when I walk. I'm pulling my big toe in towards the center of my body a bit. Like I'm pulling my big toe up towards my knee. And that'll create that edge for me. Okay, so do 10 of those each leg on the chair. And try that foot position. Actually, just pause for a moment. Here's something that's going to help you with the foot position. So just standing in your parallel stance like this. Now from here, lift your big toes off the floor. Like you're pulling them up towards your head. So you now feel like you're standing on the outsides of your feet. And your big toes and the insides of your feet are off the floor. That's the part of the foot that you kick with when you do your chagi. That outside edge down towards your heel. Okay, now 10 with the other leg. Keep that knee and foot nice and high. Keep that shoulder up. Use your muscles to lift your leg up high. Try not to drop your body all the way horizontal. Try and keep your body upright a bit if you can. You can't stay all the way upright. That's just weird. Breathe. Using the chair means I'm not so worried about my balance. I can focus on the motion of my kick, okay, which is super important. Quite often when we're practicing this kick, we're thinking so hard about our balance that we don't have the mental energy left to think about the kick itself. So 10 of those each leg, lift the knee and foot nice and high. Use your muscles to lift up, lift, lift. Okay, when you've done those 10 each leg, grab a mouthful of water and pop your chair away or out of your way. Okay. Everyone's back. Now we're going to try the same thing with our chair, but we're not going to kick so high. Okay. We're just going to do the motion. So one of the things we're going to watch out for, adults in particular, where the flexibility of lifting your knee up's really hard, don't try to kick too high. Just kick nice and low like this and get that motion, that stamping motion. I don't want to lean over too far to get my height. Now I want to try and keep my body, the nicest side kicks, when the body's on an angle a little bit like this, and the kick's nice and high as well, okay? So we don't want to lean our body over too far. So for now, just nice and gently, I'm going to start in parallel stance, nice and easy. Hands up, pivot my supporting foot, lift my knee. 2 kicks, back down on the floor. Pivot, 1, 2, and back down on the floor. Don't kick too high. Remember your pivot and keep that top shoulder open. Pivot, lift the knee, 1, 2, and back down on the floor. Side kick is one of the most fundamental kicks in Taekwondo, and it's actually really complex to do. So it takes a lot of practice to get the motion right. 1, 2, keeping that top shoulder open, holding my hands in a guard, protect myself. And it also helps with my balance if I control my hands close to my body. Okay. After you've done 7 or 8 pairs each leg, do the other leg. If you're alternating, that's cool as well. We'll try and keep this shoulder up. Come on, Tangaro, Makarere. This is good for your strength. Good, Franz. Keep those arms up. These are muscles that we don't use a lot when we're walking around the place. Up around here, around here. So it's a really good exercise for a healthy body as well. Feel that stamp. Make sure it's a stamping feeling, not a flicking feeling. Nice. Just watch that stamping feeling, Dr. S. That's it. Yep, that's better. Okay, and relax. Now we're going to add everything together and do a nice strong kick. Same position from my parallel stance. Bring my hands up and back. Just 1 kick and back. And do that 10 times each leg. So this time I'm trying to feel my core and explode into my kick. Still not worrying about height. Don't get too high, just get that motion. Go. 10 of them each leg. Feel a stamp. So it doesn't flick straight back. Notice I'm straightening my leg right out. It pauses for half a second and then comes back. Okay, I'm not flicking it. I fully straighten my leg and then pull it back. It's out, pull out, push out, pull in. Okay, rather than flicking. From the floor to the target as quickly as you can, and then relax. Relax up, explode out, and then relax back. Feel the stamp, don't try to get too high. Nice. Just watch that foot angle, Mrs. O. Pull the ankle down so your foot's pointing slightly downward rather than ankle up like this. Pull it down. That's it. Lovely. Looks really good. Grab a mouthful of water when you're done. Have you got a question, Tanga Ora? If you have, you can unmute and ask your question. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of work on pivoting, which we've done a little bit of work on with that kick, and then we're going to apply it to full direction punch and full direction block. So, as you will have felt when you did yop chagi, all the pivoting happens on the ball of the foot. The heel comes a little bit off the ground and then lands again. So what I want you to do from here is put your hands on your hips in your parallel stance and a big good and sagi forward. Now from here, I'm going to turn like I do in saju jirugi. My back foot, it's the ball of the foot that pivots. The heel comes off of the ground a little bit and then lands again. So I'm going to go down with my sine wave, rise up and turn, and then pivot a bit on the ball of my foot, and then land into my walking stance, pivoting on the ball of the foot. So just try that a few times. From here, down, up, down. That pivot on the ball of the foot at the end is really quick so I can get my hip involved. From here, down, up, down. And then you can go forward. And there's very little pivot when you go forward. Mr. B and Mrs. O actually, no, I'll give you this in a moment. Try both sides from here. It's my hip that controls the pivot, and my foot is relaxed on the floor. Okay, so tanga ora mikare as well in France too. From here, from your walking stance, I come bend my back knee and come in, and then my hip will turn to make my walking stance. So I want you to think about when you're turning, making sure that you're getting train tracks and a good walking stance. Your hips drive that. Your hips do all the work to give you that stance. Okay. Sorry, Mr. B.
Can I ask one question? Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
So your foot that's in the front at that first moment becomes the back foot in the next step.
Correct. Yes, just like saju jirugi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Another thing I want you to watch me for a moment. I'm going to do this sideways. Watch how far my front foot comes towards my back foot. First, I'm going to do it incorrectly. It doesn't come all the way in foot to foot like this. Okay? That's unnatural. That's a little bit like walking like this. We don't walk like that. It's weird. From here, I come in halfway, so we're about a shoulder width apart, and then explode out to my stance. Okay? 1, 2. Same thing when I go forward. Come in about half of my stance and out again. Half a stance, out again. Half a stance, out again. Go, try that. Just try going around in circles like we did with 4-direction punch. Use that hip. Taiora Mikaere, watch here for a moment. Watch my belt. Watch my belt. See how my belt's going? Ugh. That's because of the power of my hips. That's what I want you to work on. I want you to work on getting that hip explode into your nice strong stance. Now, B family, Miss Dr. S, you can try this as well. I want you to be careful that when you're moving forward, that pivot is still happening on the ball of your foot. So just try a few steps forward and backwards from good and soggy. When I change my foot straight ahead here, my front foot, my back foot can be turned out a tiny bit. So when I go forward, I've got to make sure that that pivot happens on the ball of my foot, not on my heel. Same thing when I go backward. Make sure I'm pivoting on my ball of my foot, never pivoting on the heel. So I want you just to do a couple of steps forwards and backwards and check that you're pivoting on the ball of the foot, not on the heel. Okay, just really focus on that foot and make sure your pivot's hitting the ball of the foot. So Mr. B and Dangun, it's very common to see people pivoting. Try and move the first 4 movements where you're going L stance here. Make sure you're pivoting on the ball of your foot to come to walking stance. L stance, ball of foot. It becomes very noticeable and done good. Good, Franz. Yes. Good, Mikaere, but slightly bigger in your stances. Try and make big, big dinosaur steps. Big, big steps. That's it, Tangora. Nice and big with those steps. A little bit bigger when you step forward. You're stepping back into a nice big step. When you step forward, make sure you're taking a big step as well. Big step. Big, 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 big. Yeah. And forward as well. Bit bigger. Back is looking awesome. Big step forward. Keep your heel on the floor, Mikaere. When you step forward, don't let that back heel come off the floor. Keep it on the floor. That's it, Mrs. O. You feeling it? And come on. Okay. Now, we're going to go through 4-direction punch, 4-direction block, Chon-Ji, Dangun. Then we'll do something different. Okay, so first up, you're just going to do it with me. So it's going to be hard for me to give you feedback because I'm going to be doing it with you. So for those of you that are a little bit less familiar, you can copy. So parallel restarts, 4-direction punch, right side. So this foot's going to move and this foot's just going to turn around. Ready, stepping forward. And stay in time with me. Stop. Bottle. Notice I'm slowing it down a little bit to give you time to use that hip. Mikaere, try and keep up with this too. Ready, left side, this foot moves. Stop. Good. Okay. Now with saju makgi, remember the knife and low block crosses on top. The blocking hand is on top, smashing two watches together. The inner forearm middle block crosses underneath with both hands facing the ground. Okay, although my elbows are up, my fists are up. My elbows are down, my fists are up. It comes across with the block from underneath. Now your finished position here is shoulder height. When I'm facing the camera, it looks a bit higher because of my camera angle, but it's shoulder height when you finish. So turn sideways, never look. Make sure you're not blocking too high like this. My knuckles have to be the height of my shoulder because I'm blocking an attack to my middle, like to my solar plexus, for example. Okay, now get ready. 4 direction block, right side. This foot's going to move. Step back first with the knife and low block. And time with me. Jump. Feel the hips in yours. Sine wave and a bit of hip. Bottle. And the left side. Top. Good, tongue order. And bottle. Okay, shot. Now, Dr. S, can you raise your hand if you've learned Chon-Ji? Okay, so not, yes, Dr. S. Do you know Chon-Ji, pattern Chon-Ji? Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. You do, awesome. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I know you know it, Franz. Cool. So we're going to work a little bit on Chon-Ji. Tanga ora mikaere. You can either pop down behind mum and practice 4 direction punch and 4 direction block, or if you want to, you can sit down and watch mum. So you take your pick. Just there we go. Sit down in the back so I can help mum. Awesome. Okay, so I'll do this with you, and then you'll do it a second time without me so I can give you some feedback. Remember, the foot movement is left, forward, turn around, forward, left, forward, turn around, forward. Also remember, particularly B family who are in a little space, I'm going to slow this down a bit because if you run out of room, just adjust your position and then do the next movement. Okay, so I'll slow it down to give you time to adjust your position each time if you need to. Chon-Ji. Left foot goes left first. Hana. Now I step forward. Do. What we're about to do now is called a backward step turn clockwise, because I'm stepping backward and I'm turning clockwise. Sit. The last class we did with the seniors on Thursday, that's on our website, we did a lot of practice of step turning like that. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to have a go at that. And forward, knit. And now we go left. Hana. Forward. I've got to adjust here. Say. No. Nice, good. Now we're going to change the blocks to an L stance. So we're going to make sure that we keep our body weight back a little bit for the L stance. Hana. And a forearm middle block. So Dr. S, just open your back knee sideways. Have your back knee pointing sideways. And forward and punch. Now the hardest thing here with your step, your backward step turn is maintaining a good L stance when you land, with your body weight on the back leg, not the front leg as much. 70% on the back leg. Go. So check your landing with just over half your weight on the back leg for your middle block. And a forearm middle block. Dr. S. Sit. And punch. And left foot goes left. Check your L stance. This block is an L stance. The punch is in walking stance. Go. And turn. Go. Check your L stance. Body weight more on the back leg. 70% on the back leg. Forward and punch. Well, I've got to adjust. And one more punch. And then two punches backwards. 1, 2. Chon-Ji. And then you step forward to come back onto the same spot you started on. Okay, pause for a moment. Just remember your L stance in a forearm block. Your L stance, your feet make an L shape. That's why it's called an L stance. My back foot points sideways, my front foot points forwards. They'll naturally have a tiny angle, but it's only a tiny, tiny angle, right? From here, my hips come back a little bit so that I've got a little bit more than half of my weight, 70% of my weight on my back knee. And my back knee, as you can see, is pointing sideways. It's not pointing forward like this. It's got to point sideways. Okay, so open that back knee out. My body is half facing. That means it's on an angle. It's not facing forwards like this. It's facing on it, and it's not sideways like this either. It's on an angle, a natural angle. And then I'm doing my inner forearm middle block this way. Okay. Everybody up. I'm going to watch this time. Chon-Ji for yellow stripes and above. White belts, 4 direction, punch both sides. I'm not going to count. You're going to do it, and I'm going to give you some feedback. Ready? Jump. So walking stance, those first half, Dr. S. That's it. Keep going. And make a big walking stance here. A little bit bigger. That's it. And left. Come on, Franz. 2 hands on those punches. Make those turns nice and strong. Just watch your width there, Dr. S. You okay there, Mrs. O? Chon-Ji to. That's it. Just watch the hip facing in your stances. Punch the center. Middle block, Mrs. S, Dr. S for that one. The second half, of course, middle block and L stance. Good, Franz. Just pull back to your hip. Dr. S, just make sure that punch is lined up with the center of your body. B family as well, Franz, make sure that punch is lined up with the middle of your body, not out to the side like this. It's right in the middle. And step forward at the end, butthole. Good. Also watch with your blocks, everyone. With your inner forearm middle block, it stops in line with my badge. Be careful that you're not blocking out like this way. Block and stop in front of your badge because you want to block the attack, but also protect yourself from another attack. If I block out like this, I might block that punch, but I've opened myself for another one. So block and stop. Same thing with your low blocks. Block and stop. Okay, cool. Okay, grab a drink of water except for Mr. B, who's going to do done good. Okay, Mr. B, you're up.
Okay, yes. The hardest is for me from the 8th step onward. Hopefully,
okay.
I'll show what I do.
Cool. I'll help you. I'll help you when you get to that movement.
All right. Thank
you. Okay, you can do it by my count then if you like. Hana. Hana. Okay, now my count. Go my count. Just come back to movement 1. Do the first movement and stop. Okay, now, Mr. B here. Your front arm's really straight. You're not blocking your ribs. Bend your arm down to block your ribs. And also you've got a backwards lean. So straighten your body up. Bring your hip back a little bit. You've still got a slight backward lean. Okay, and second movement, go. Big walking stance. Not a little bitty one. An eye level punch, it's good. And go. Okay, now, yeah, that's good correction. Adjust that elbow. You've still, Mr. B, got a very slight backward lean here. You want to keep your torso straight up and down and bring your hip back this way to get your 70%. rather than leaning back this way to get 70%. You bring your hip back. Okay, and go. Good. And go. Now check your hips, check your stance. You're a little bit too half facing, so I think you're a bit narrow. That's it. And go. Check your hips and shoulders are dead straight. Straighten those hips and shoulders. So everyone else, once you've had a drink, you can do your own practice of your pattern. And next movement, go. Okay, adjust. Hips and shoulders straight, punch to the center line. And one more, go. Okay, now just adjust back so I can see you. Go right back, right back. Make sure you're punching the center line. A bit further back, Mr. B, otherwise I won't be able to see your turn. Okay, that's it. And go. Franz, pause. Okay, everyone come back. Both Franz and Mr. B come back. So this turn, I go towards my front foot. Sorry, from here. Towards my front foot to turn. Because I'm making a, that's it, Mr. B, because I'm making a capital I shape, not a T shape, not a lowercase t. I'm making a capital I. So go back to that high punch. Right foot forward. That's it. Now come forward and turn to make the top of your capital I. Other way. Come back, Mr. B. Turn towards your back. That's it. Yes. And now your hands. That's it. So that's an important turn, making sure you turn the right way. Franz, right hand blocks your head, left hand blocks your body. Now, Mr. B, that front hand is just like your guarding block. It's not a low block. Mr. B, bring that front hand up. Yes, that's your position here. Good. Okay, now punch, go. Okay, check your stance. Now the other way, go. Backward step turn, just like Chon-Ji. Nah, come back. Your front foot, there we go, yes. Okay, yeah, now that block takes a lot of practice. So check your L stance. You're a little bit too full facing there, Mr. B. A bit more sideways, a little bit more sideways with your body. That's it. Front hand up to block like a guarding block. Yes. Okay, now punch. Okay, check your hips and shoulders. Now the next two movements, 1 and 2. Okay, so low block and rising block. S family, in a moment, I'm going to ask you if you've got any questions. So just be thinking about questions as you go. Okay, and now rising block, go. Crossing on top. And go. One more. So after the 1 and 2, you're doing 3 rise. No, come back, Dr. B. Mr. B, come back. One more step forward. After the double movement, you've got 3 rising blocks. You've only done 2. Finish with your right foot and right hand forward. Okay, now, same as we did at the other end. The front foot stays where it is. Spin towards your back and do a knife hand side strike. Spin towards your back. Yes, that way. That's it. Now check your L stance. You should be half facing, not side facing. That's it. Watch the lean and go. Punch. Big stance. And now backward step turn, just like Chon-Ji. Remember the punches at eye level. That's it. Check your half facing and punch. Done good. And step back with the front foot all the way around, butt all. Cool. Shot. Dr. S, any questions? Tanga ora mikaere, any questions? Please unmute and ask. Mr. B, where you go?
I go again.
No, any questions?
No, sorry, just wanted to say thanks. Yeah, that was great.
Any questions, Dr. S? Any questions, Tanga ora? You're good? Okay, cool. Let's get back to working together. Grab a mouthful of water. Okay, now we're going to get back to those awesome side kicks we've been working on. We're going to do this movement sideways first so you can see what I'm doing. and then we're going to do it facing the camera. So first up, sideways. I'm in my L stance, like I'm free sparring this time. Backhand guarding my brain. Somebody's rushing in towards me. I'm going to illustrate this by using my chair. You don't have to have a chair for this, but you'll see I'm going to start very close here. Now, so my other person's rushing towards me. I'm going to pivot this back foot to the back, or maybe even take a little step this way. I'm going to lean that way and do my yacht chagi, and then fall backwards and land this way. Okay, so watching again, we call this a fade away side kick. So I turn this foot or even take a tiny step, and I'm leaning away from my opponent, leaning away from my chair. I lift up, I'm now going to fall that way. Yacht chagi, 1, 2, face my opponent again. Okay, so let's all try that. Do it sideways, and we can see that how much distance we're gaining. From here, 1, 2, step, step. Just try that in your own time a few times. 1, 2, step, step. And remember, like we've been practicing earlier on, remember to lift the knee. Okay. And pause for a moment. Now you can see my shelves here. If I didn't lean, there's no way I could do a side kick here. No way I could do that without hitting my wall. So I'm going to lean away. Boom. Lift my knee. Go. Have some fun with it. Try both sides. So after you kick, you should be falling. 1, 2. If you don't step, you will fall on your bottom. More correctly, you'll fall on your face. 1, 2. Lift the knee. Okay, here's another little tip. When we do this, we don't have to kick very high. We want to kick just about the height of the belt. Lift the knee up. Okay, keep going. Try the other side as well. But remember to lift that knee. Makes for a nice yacht chagi. Okay. Watch one more. Give you a couple more tips here. When I lean, I'm still facing my opponent as much as I can. I'm not turning my shoulders down like this. I'm still going to try and keep my shoulders open. 1, 2. And then at the end, I'm facing my opponent again, so I can do a couple of punches. And that's what we're going to add now. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go kick, 1, 2, launch, punch, punch. And back to my stance. Okay, so do that. Boom, 1, 2, punch, punch, back. Front hand, then back hand. Let's start a little bit light on your feet now. We can do it from little bounces. And we've got to try and make the whole movement fast, including that little step at the start. Someone's running at us. So we've got to lean back and kick super fast. Love the way you're working around the dogs there, his family. That's awesome. Okay, now get ready. I'm going to attack you. So this time you're going to do it facing me. So I'm going to, from here, we're sparring, nice and light, moving around a little bit, switching stance a bit. And then when I rush in and punch, you're going to do your fadeaway side kick, punch, punch. Get ready. Yeah, you gotta be fast. Gotta be fast. You're gonna be a bit fast there, Franz. I think I might have got you. Yeah, good, good. Oh, we'll just show you those punches sideways because they're actually a bit sneaky. From here, I'm going to lean forward a bit and then go boom. Okay, so when you see, if you see me leaning forward, that might be a good time to do the kick. That's a step. It's not leaning, and now I'm leaning. Okay, it's very quick. Get your hands up. Okay, come on, take a order. A little bit further back. Oh, Miko, is it? Sorry, Miko, it. Okay, ready. Miko, you're supposed to be doing the yop chagi, not the running in punches. Just like we practiced. Go, we'll do two more. Awesome. Good. One more. Remember to lean back. Remember to lean back, kick, step, step, then punch. Okay, ready? Last one. That wasn't it. Here it is. Good. And come on. Okay. Sitting down. So let me just adjust my camera a little bit. Left leg out. Right leg over the top. And then the leg that's bent, I'm going to turn towards that. Reach across. Reach around behind me with my other hand. Sit nice and tall. So we've done a lot of work today on different things that use side kick. We did a lot of work on lifting the knee up and that motion of stamping, pivoting the supporting foot. We used that pivoting again when we did forward direction punch, forward direction block in our patterns. And then we came back to the side kick doing that fadeaway side kick. So lots of work today on your chagi. And change legs. Okay, and try both legs out, about a shoulder apart. Sit nice and tall, reach up to the sky, and then fold your body down in half. So try and get your tummy down onto your knees rather than your head. Just try and push your tummy forwards. You can even keep your head up and keep smiling at me because I like seeing smiles. From here, actually, if I've got my feet, I can just gently rock to one side and then gently rock to the other side. It's even easier if I can hold the outsides of my feet. You feel a slightly different stretch in other parts of your hamstring. So keep your body lean forward. One side to the other side. Okay, heels in. Relax and push down your knees. If that's really easy, you can lean your body forward again and try and get your tummy onto your feet, not your head. Just be careful doing that, Sabine. You got to go on and off really slowly. That's it. Be careful when you come off. Don't jump off. You got to be very careful that you go slowly one foot then the other. Okay, now from here, we're going to turn sideways, pull the trousers down a bit, lie on your back and bring your heels straight up to the ceiling. Try and grab your trousers and open out your legs. If you hold the trousers, you can keep your legs in a nice position. You can even pull down towards the floor a little bit. Make a wish for something cool. But you want your trousers down towards your ankles doing this. Doesn't work if it's past your knees. Just hold that position and relax for a while. Breathe deeply. Children, while you're doing this, breathing quietly, you can think about how you're going to help mum and dad after training. Tidy your room, maybe vacuum, do some laundry, some dishes. Mums and dads can be thinking about how their children are going to help them after training. What work are you going to give them that they're not going to complain about? You're going to do it all without complaining, aren't we, Franz? Oh, nice positions. Awesome. Just relax a little bit. And gently pull your legs closed. Rocking forward to sit up. Okay. And from here, you can either do the next exercise standing up, or if you've got a soft floor or a cushion, you can kneel down. Lunging forwards, back heel off the ground, hips straight ahead, reach your backhand up to the sky. If you've got a soft surface, you can put that back knee on the floor. And then from here, if you're standing up, then stand up and do your quadricep stretch. But if you kneel, you can reach back and grab your ankle to stretch your quadriceps. So depending on how soft your floor is, stretching your quads. See, I've got a cushion under my knee for this. Don't do this on a hard floor. And change sides, starting with the iliopsoas muscle, lunging forwards. Bring your other hand onto your hip for this rather than on your knee, because you don't want to take the stretch away by putting your weight on your knee. You just lean into it and relax. So one hand's up to the sky, the other one's up on your hip. And then quadriceps, you can either reach back and grab your foot, or your ankle is better, or stand up and do this. and relax. Standing up, just give your hips a little rotation. And then turn to the left and tidy up. As I'm sure you're aware, all these classes I record and whack them up on our website. So on Thursday, we did a class that did a lot of work on different types of turning and patterns and how to use your hip and stuff on those turns, step turns and spot turns, and then the turns and things like done good. So just like this stuff that we did before, Mr. Lee. So you might want to have a look at Thursday's class online at some point and have a bit of a play through that one. Otherwise, thanks guys. I look forward to seeing you next class. Remember, we're back on deck. Young folk, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 o'clock. We've got an adults. You're welcome to join that. It's just basic stuff. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've got 6 o'clock, which is our seniors and adults. So choose the class that works best for you or classes, and I look forward to seeing you then. Ta-da!
Oh.
Kia ora. Te koa. Hassan, thanks guys. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a lovely weekend.
You too. See ya.
Nice to see you, S family.